you can refer this slide number 12. And what are the main sources of pollutant? You just go through it. Even in the last class also I have asked, many people didn't answer. The natural sources are vulcanized, forest fire, sulfur spray from the oceans, natural geysers, and deflation of sand and dust, natural organic and inorganic decays, vegetable decays, marsh gases, extraterrestrial bodies, cosmic dust, pollen grains of soil debris, fungal spores, and photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction means what? Anyone can explain? Among everything, these are all the natural, among everything, the pollutant are released from one or another form into the atmosphere. But what scientific prediction is says, any natural source, if it releases some pollutant also, it will be observed in some other way. But the net balance of particular gases or particular pollutant effect on the atmosphere is nil. For example, during volcanic, during the forest fire, as per the prediction, we are telling that which releases a lot of carbon dioxide and soil erosion is taken place and oxides of nitrogen is released to the atmosphere. Many things are happening. But what these people are saying, even then it happens also at the end of the process, the net change or net accumulation of particular pollutant in the atmosphere is nil. So they are meaning that there is no pollution at all. Even then, this many effects are there. We know photochemical reaction means what? Whatever the gases are released from the atmosphere in the form of hydrocarbon and oxides of nitrogen, water vapor, whatever it may be, the reaction taking place in the presence of sunlight, those are all called photochemical reaction. Because the sunlight or radiation, when it comes on the surface, which emits the radiation as in the form of packets of energy, those packets of energy is called photons. The photons is used for some chemical reactions, which converts for some of the chemicals into some other form. So those type of reactions are called photochemical reaction. They are a chain reaction. One compound is formed means it won't be stopped there. From that, another few reaction will form. From that, the many more reaction, like a continuously chain reaction, it never stops, endless reaction. So they are called chain reaction. So even from that, many compounds are forming and they are all poisonous compound also. But according to the prediction and observation, they are the net pollutant is zero. Even fungal spores, soil debris, and pollen grains means, that during the summertime, if you sit under the tree, we can easily observe, especially from the what is that? Sardictica indica. What is the name of the tree? Neem tree. You can easily find out how more than half an hour, 1 hour you are sitting means your eyes started burning. What does it mean? Because of this, from the flower, one flower to another flower, the pollen is taking place. That it emits some sort of solid particle, powdery form of thing, which gives the irritation to the eyes. So that's what they are calling, that is pollen grain. And cosmic dust, it happens in the extraterrestrial atmosphere. And Mars gas and all, we know from the decay, whatever happened. Vegetable decay also similar like that. Natural and inorganic decays, whatever it happened underground, that will emit many gases. We know that any organic matter which undergoes, which emits some of the gases. From those gases, we can understand that any living things are there. For example, anyone can answer to me now. It is an excellent question. They have sent one satellite to the space that is called Mangalyaan few years back. Have you heard about that Mangalyaan?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the use of Mangalyaan? What is the purpose of Mangalyaan? What is the purpose of sending of Mangalyaan? Anyone can please?
Study about the ocean atmospheric things.
Study about the
oceanographic and atmospheric parameters.
Atmospheric parameter in terms of what? Okay. Will I answer?
Okay.
Okay. I want to tell many things, so let me go a little fast. Okay. What is that? The purpose of Mangalyaan is it has to predict whether carbon dioxide, methane are there in the Mars or not. For that purpose only they send it to Mars, because people are having that idea or opinion or thought. I can't say that is a prediction. Already living things are people are human being lived in Mars. That was the hypothesis people had. So to find out that whether they were living things are there or not, to detect that only they send Mangalyaan to the Mars. That they have searched in terms of methane and carbon dioxide and some of other gases. We can say that is Mars gases. How they can predict it means, now you could explain this, because I have taught people the water and wastewater treatment also, and from this paper also. Anywhere any living things are there means over that it would have been died. Once it is died means it undergoes degradation or decomposition or decay process. When it degradation or decomposition it takes place, then it releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This should happen. This must happen. If carbon dioxide is available anywhere means, then you can confirm that the decomposition from the organic matter is happening. If anywhere the organic matter is there means, then we can think that there would be living things. Because all living things, all animals including human being and plants are called organic matter. Or we can say there is organic matter. Those organic matter, when it decomposed, carbon dioxide must evolve, and sometimes methane also. Or both are evolved combinedly. So from that, if it available means we can confirm that there is organic matter. If there is organic matter means we can 100% confirmly we can report that there were living things. So to predict that carbon dioxide, methane availability in Mars only, they send the Mangalyaan. Now you people answer to me, Mangalyaan did its job successfully or it's failed?
Successful.
Successful. So they said that the carbon dioxide, methane was were available. So there was organic matter. So there might be some living things, but we could not say whether human being were there or not. But any living things is there means people can survive, isn't it? In a particular means there must be water, there must be air, there must be oxygen, there must be carbon dioxide. These four are essential. These four components are there means then only either plant or animal can survive. So if anything will survive, human being also can survive, no? So for that prediction only they said. Here similarly, the natural organic and inorganic decays, vegetative decays, Mars gas, all these
Ma'am, volume is not coming.
things are interrelated things, and the decomposition Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am, something interrupted in the middle. Okay. Sorry. That's what that's the thing happened. Oh, my slide is not visible. You people can see. If you can't see means please inform me. Okay. When I'm talking interestingly, I would have not seen sometime. So that is the prediction people made it. Okay. But what the report is showing from different organizations, because throughout the world people are talking about the environment. The earlier days in 18th century they were talking about the environmental pollution. In 19th century they were talking about the environmental pollutant analysis, prediction and analysis and quantification. And in 20th century, they have started introducing some technology to minimize the pollutant and conversion of pollutant into some useful products. And they have indirectly forcing to stop use of fossil fuels, but it didn't stop. It is, I can say, doubled or tripled, or it is increasing like anything. And in 21st, we have made all the stories that what are the pollutant we said, what are the pollution they said, what is the impact of pollution they said, and how to minimize they said, and how to quantify analysis, different source of pollution, and from one pollutant to another product, useful product, how to do. And all the products are pollutant are from the fossil fuels, means how to replace the fossil fuel into renewable energy sources. And they made the threatening also, there is the depletion of fossil fuels over the period of time. After 50 years, 100 years, or millions of years, there will not be a petrol, oil, anything. Then our forthcoming generation will be affected. They will go back like our ancient people period. They may not get even lighting also, like kind of threatening they made. Nothing was worked out. Everything is worked out to some extent, but nothing could be completely replaced, and then nothing could be retried. In such a situation in 21st century, instead of speaking about the carbon dioxide pollution, carbon dioxide emitting, this is increased this much, and the temperature is increasing, all the diseases are everyone knows about, even from the school life to student to higher authorities, everyone knows what is the situation of environment. But what to do? Now they are keeping their mind and they are talking about all the pollutant will come and we cannot stop it, because the technology is growing day by day and the civilization and urbanization is going on every day. I wanted to buy all the electronic items and I wanted to have all the luxury items, that no one can stop me. No one can stop others also. Even they made a number of rules also. For some time it will be alive, and after some time it will be going away when the government changes means. This is the style of the country and the world also. So in the starting of 21st century, what the people have taken, anyone can please answer to me, what is the enforcement of environmental policy makers, government people are focusing nowadays towards environmental pollution? Anyone can please answer to me? Hello? Anyone can please? You people would have read TV. Everywhere people are writing and forcing the people. So now what they are making, they have the climate change is the big matter nowadays. Global warming means that the sequence of problem of global warming, or consequently it affects the climate. The people are using the term scientifically, it is called climate change. Climate change means what, how it happened, because of that, what it will happen. I have explained last time, I think so. You people also responded towards El Nino. Because of El Nino, what could be the effect we have decided? That is climate change. It's a part of climate change, or that itself we can say it's a climate change. Now to stop all those things, what they have taken, different pollutant are there, but the people are mainly concentrating carbon dioxide pollutant only. That only affects more on globally. So they wanted to do something, mean they cannot stop the burning of fossil fuels. So what they said, they wanted to store the carbon in different forms. That technically they called carbon sequestration. How we can store the carbon in the earth surface in different form? Only we can plant the plant, raise the plantation. The plantation will do many things, not only carbon dioxide things. If you grow the plantation also, when you destroy it, it releases, no. How we are clear the agriculture field at the end of the season? We are planting something, it is growing, and we are harvesting. We are getting something and unwanted things at last, we are burning it. When you are doing this burning, and it releases carbon dioxide and other related pollutant from the agriculture product, it goes to the atmosphere. So one form it is mixing, the another form it is releasing. Any other form is there to store the carbon, to convert the carbon. The one of the way they find out it is carbon storage by naturally on the earth system, that is called carbon sequestration. We know that half-life of carbon, it is very high. So degradation, decomposition of carbon takes very long time. At the same time, some of the soft carbon, which provides a good soil amendment capability, which increase and improve, which enhance the growth of the plant and also yield in such a way they can extend the limit of release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That is one way. And any other ways are there, even I don't know. This is only the way even I worked on it. That's what I could express it. That is called carbon sequestration. But whatever of the source I said from the natural source, sometime we release forest fires and all, we cannot imagine how much quantity will come. Because forest fire is only the source, there huge quantity of carbon storage is taking place. And also and balance the nitrogen availability for the nitrogen cycle. That will be no point to change the source instead of forest, anything else. But for your kind information, in India, that is true. In India, the past few years, from 23 to 24, around 24% of the wasteland is being converted into energy crop, forestry rotation crop, that is through the afforestation process, it is being developed. By the end of the 2024, it will be increase of 0.5% they are expecting. And 22 lakhs of hectares of land is being converted into forest, artificial forest, or we can say afforestation process. So India is taken major part to growth of or development of this afforestation process. It is going well. In such a way, if we grow means, there will be a considerable reduction in pollutant accumulation in the atmosphere. Because as I told you earlier in the last two classes, the emission of pollutant at one particular place may not affect the region. It produces one place, it transports different places, because the retainability of the gas is, or life period of that gas, we can say shelf life of that gas is, different gases are different. During that time, it could transport from one place to another place. It travels more than 100 to thousands of kilometers in the air. When it transports, somewhere it produces the country or the place which will not produce or which are not producing that pollutant may affect. When the people are approaching or developing taken place, the accumulation of pollutant will be reduced. If you are growing afforestation, the rate of afforestation what it have in 2022 to 24, it will go in at this speed, the pollution level can be reduced. I didn't say it can be stopped. I said it can be reduced. Okay. And the next one is, and whatever I have spoken now, they may use a different term to ask the question. What are the pollution, man-made pollution, or they will ask natural pollution sources and artificial or man-made pollution sources. What are they? How it is released? Or they may ask it differently. when I'm teaching this paper, the point which I'm telling, it will be useful for your another 3 paper also. The same question, the question will be in different words, but the answer must be the same, like that it could be. Even that global, what is our one more paper? Global warming or something, na? You please read out EIA one paper, environmental impact assessment, water and wastewater treatment technology, air pollution control technologies. Another one is what, ma'am? Can you tell me, please?
Global issues or something. I will tell you exactly.
Yeah, global issues or something else. For that paper also, whatever the information I am giving, that will be useful. Global environmental issues. Global environmental issues. And EIA and waste management. For all the paper, the whatever the point I am mentioning, that will be useful. Okay? Where it is my... Is it clear? So what are the main sources? Now I have explained many things, whatever, only 3, 4 or 2, 3. Okay, ma'am. Then for 1, 2, 7 people are there. Raki Kumari, Kumari Pendra. Then you can talk now. Everyone can interact, please. Now you people, please tell me what are the main sources for air pollution. What are the main sources of air? You by your own you can tell. Don't look at the book. You write, and for exam also you can write by your own. If the answer is
domestic firewood.
Okay, domestic firewood burning.
Yeah.
Domestic firewood is sitting at one place. It is not at all a pollutant. Okay, when you are burning, whatever the gases are released, that time only it is called as a pollutant. Yes, then domestic.
Agricultural activities, industrialization.
Yes, good. Then
urbanization.
Okay, urbanization. Urbanization majorly includes what?
Deforestation, again it will come.
Yes,
or using of vehicles.
Yeah, vehicle is very important. Okay, because I had told you in the last class, fossil fuel burning, it is only the major source for the entire pollution. Fossil fuel burning in different sectors. It is in transport sector or industrial sector and commercial sector. Industrial sector includes all the industries, including power plants. That is one category. Transportation, when we are taking all automobile industries, 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler, whatever it may be, the wheeler people are introducing, including aircraft, and they are using fossil fuels only, which emits huge quantity of pollutant into them. These two are important. Whatever the nature sources we occur, the people earlier days, they have used firewood for burning, cooking and lighting. That time they didn't face this much pollutant. Nowadays, we are facing this much pollution problem. That is only the reason behind that is burning of fossil fuels, a different form of fossil fuels, coal, oil and natural gases. Isn't it? And another important thing is I would like to share here is, if we stop this burning of fossil fuel, the air will be clean. No issue, no doubt at all in that. So when we are talking about the urbanization, you people have to split the information. In urbanization, why people are moving to urban area? Especially for job opportunities. What is happening there? There the from there people can get more job opportunity. Then the people are moving to one urban area means obviously they should accommodate and they should go to the workplace. So for that, the accommodation purpose, building supposed to be raised. Transportation purpose, the transport facility must be provided. So altogether, it is called urbanization. So when you are talking about the urbanization, you should split and write it. Okay, now then anything else? Now you can look at your book and tell. So this much many things you people could be able to imagine. And beyond our knowledge or imagination, what else are there for by man-made pollution of sources is domestic burning of wood, madam said in a different way, and burning of fossil fuels, that is in different sector that I have given explanation. And industrialization. Industrialization here includes almost in all the industries, they are using the fossil fuels to burn for their own process. Other than that, during the process of specific industries, the industrial process are evolving different pollutant. That's what industrialization also involves on the pollutant. Then specifically they are telling. Otherwise, they would have left it from the fossil fuels burning itself. Why they have given separate heading? This could be the reason. Then all agricultural activities from the bluffing to when you are using the pesticide, insecticide, during pollen grain, then after harvesting, processing, pre-processing, post-processing, cleaning of agriculture field after harvesting, everything, all the steps it releases some pollutant. When we are following this modernized agricultural practices, when the people are using the normal or natural processes, there won't be there were not this kind of pesticide and insecticides are used. Artificial fertilization was not taken place. Only thing is photosynthesis was happening and burning of agriculture products were happening. These two are balanced all the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. That's what the report said. So the cycles are being balanced and the ecosystem also sustainably run. That was the information we had. But now it releases pollutant to the atmosphere. Then vehicular emission. This is the culprit. It damaged our environment. Actually, the culprit is human being only. All human beings are culprit to the atmosphere. We only polluted the atmosphere to this much level. We are only responsible. No one will be. Then aircraft. About the aircraft, I said in the last class. What is the fuel for aircraft? Without fuel, aircraft can fly on the air.
White petroleum.
White petrol. Okay. White
white
petrol. Yeah, white petrol is similar to a normal petrol. Only thing is there won't be any suspended particle. The clean and clear fuel they are using. Okay, calorific value, everything same like this petrol only. Only that we can say first grade, second grade, third. Now nowadays we are using some refined oil. No, what is meant by refined oil? Anyone can say? Refined oil means what? No one is using refined oil. Correct? I'm asking anything. Okay. This is the question for you all in the next class you're supposed to answer. Because this is very common and commercial term. Everywhere people is using this term, isn't it? So this is the question here. All of you please note it down. What is meant by refined oil? Please answer technically. Don't give the list of the refined oil. Okay. Then I will interrelate with aircraft fuel. I'll tell you. Wars. Have you imagined that because of the war, how much pollutant will be evolved? They are using explosive, they are using guns. What are they? They are all some nitrate related explosive. So how much nitrate components, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide could be released into the atmosphere along with some phosphine unwanted gas, chlorofluorocarbons, chlorofluorocompounds. Those are all responsible for the environmental pollutant. So always wars are not happening. Don't say whenever it happens. Those are all the compounds released to the atmosphere. They are permanently available in the atmosphere. Appropriate condition comes like sunlight and other precursors in the atmosphere. then all respective photochemical reactions are taking place. Until or otherwise, very big climate changes are coming. Those pollutants are retaining wherever the pressure is less in the atmosphere. That means depends on how above the sea level. Based on that, the altitude latitude condition is being measured. Then if it is low altitude, means high altitude means how it plays with the pressure. The pressure wherever it less it is accumulates, it will not be displayed from there to anywhere. And in nuclear test, what kind of pollutant will be released from the nuclear test? We'll go little fast. Other also can interact. Now people just join and left, or they didn't join at all. Hello. What kind of pollutant can be released from the nuclear test? Is it carbon dioxide
Yes, ma'am. That
or
is also.
oxides of nitrogen? That is also. No, ma'am. Any one of you? What is nuclear waste? What is nuclear explosion? So, from the nuclear power plant, what kind of waste could be coming on? Hello?
Radioactive metals.
Yes, radioactive emissions, not metals. Radioactive emissions in the form of different rays, alpha, beta, gamma rays we have studied, na? Okay, radioactive pollutant means don't think that uranium will be there. Uranium, when they are undergoing process, it is being converted into another, they converted into one form of radioactive element to another type of radioactive element. Those are all called radioactive nuclei or radioactive daughters. When their decay process is happening, huge amount of heat energy will be evolved along with the radioactive emissions. Those emissions are in the form of alpha, beta, and gamma rays. It's many melanoma kind of diseases to all living things, not only to the human being, it affects plants also, animal also, including human being. Okay. Then deforestation. Now, already I told you about the deforestation. And can you explain little more about the deforestation, any one of you? Now, whatever the term I'm speaking, it is very, 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 very important. And they may ask you the definition, point wise as a small question. And sometimes they will overall ask you what are the main sources of air pollution, or they'll ask sometimes what are the anthropogenic activities which affects the environment. Like that, the different, but you should understand what is what. Anthropogenic activities means how the human activities affect the environment. What does it mean? Human activities means whatever the development or civilization happens in different sectors, which is the responsible for the present pollution that majorly happen by burning of fossil fuels. So it's sector-wise, you can explain industrialization, urbanization, automobile sector, domestic burning, fossil fuel burning separately. Then you can write urbanization, agriculture activities, vehicular pollution, everything you can explain, including aircraft. And now when we come to the deforestation, I ask you to give the write a short note on deforestation. What do people write? Deforestation means what? Forest fire is different. Deforestation means what? Afforestation means I said that is growing up plants within short period rotation of period. The fast growing plants the people are growing. That process is called afforestation. Deforestation means what?
Purposefully for our needs, then we will cut the trees.
Yeah, we are removing the forest by cutting off plants from the forest. Okay, good. For our needs. Either we wanted to have that timber or something. or we wanted to make the some sort of industries or transportation or accommodation purpose, anything, because the people are moving towards urban area, no, then they should provide the space to live. They should provide, because nowadays whatever we have metro, we have MMTS, we have buses, we have auto services and cab services. Along with everyone has their own transport facility. Almost everyone has one or another form of own transport facility, at least cycle. So say anyhow, cycle is not producing any pollutant, it can be excused and exempted, and the remaining are creating along with all these public transport facilities. That could be the reason for this. So the deforestation means purpose removal or destroy of forest for human needs by human, that is called deforestation. Because of that, all sort of fossil fuel related, that means biomass burning related pollutant released to the atmosphere. Along with that, the very dangerous problem is which creates soil erosion due to the deforestation. Because of soil erosion, whatever the soil nutrients are there, it leaks out into the ocean, and also which creates a lot of nutrients. Nitrogen fixation will be less, and a lot of nutrients it is leached out to the lost to the plants which are all going with particular forest. These are all the impact of deforestation. And already I told you in environmental purpose what are the gases. Along with that, which creates this land problem or soil problem, or we can say that entire ecology problem issues. And next one is incineration. What about incineration also in the last class I have explained. Incineration means which is nothing but burning of any material in the presence of enough amount of air or oxygen at very high temperature. When it happen, all the matter is to completely burned out and which left over with very few quantities, or we can say with less quantity of ash. That ash, which is nothing but the metal oxide, that can be discarded as a waste also, or it could be used as a soil amendment. And sometimes people are using it, they can make it with some sort of brick kind of things to construct. Okay. Then power generation. Power generation, it is also totally depending on the fossil fuel burning, coal, oil, and natural gas. And majorly thermal power plants are involving that. In thermal plant fuel, there are different grades of coal are available. I would have told that also based on the carbon content, it has been categorized as many types. The toppest quality is anthracite, and then according in ascending order of carbon content, descending order of carbon content, I am telling anthracite, semi-anthracite, subbituminous, bituminous, lignite, and peat. These are all the grade of different coal. Anthracite is the toppest quality, which contain around or more than 90% of carbon. And other than other type of coal are contain lignite, it contain 40 to 50%, I think so. And peats and everything contain less quantity only. Bituminous is middle quality, medium quality coal, which maybe contain around 70 to 80% in the middle. So this is the fuel generally people are using in thermal power plant or in power station to generate the power. What exactly doing? After digging, they are getting this coal and they drill and edit. And the coal is not very clean coal, which contain lot of mud particles, sand particle along with many impurities. Then it has to be mined. Mined means clean by following different process. After cleaning, they will have to analyze. There could be under from anything we are taking out from the underground, it could be moist only. The moisture also very important role, because if moisture is more, the removal of that moisture, it takes long time. We have to spend energy for removing that moisture through the drying process. Then they have clean, washing, drilling, and pulverizing. Pulverizing means what? Anyone can say what is meant by pulverization? What is meant by pulverization? Hmm. whatever our mixer jar is doing, that is called pulverization. Okay. Pulverization means size reduction of particles. Big particle will be grounded or grinded into the small particle, that is called pulverization. After pulverizing, they are burning. While burning only produces huge quantity of heat energy along with the carbon dioxide and many pollutant. Some of the pollutant are released into the atmosphere and the heat energy is being extracted from that. That heat energy is being used for generation of steam. That is steam only used for power generation through steam cycle, or we can say steam turbine. Then it goes to generator, it generates power. That is the process. While undergoing this process in each and every stage, there is a huge quantity of pollutant is arising, but a major place of process of the coal is at the boiler. From the boiler, it emits huge quantity of air pollutant into the atmosphere. Then mining, as I told you, mining is cleaning of all fossil fuels. Metallurgy, whatever the industrial process they are doing from the ore to the metal formation. Based on the wood, there are different kind of pollutant are released. And waste treatment plants. Now you please tell me from waste treatment plant, what kind of pollutant can be coming out? I would have told when we have handled that water and wastewater treatment paper. Any one of you? So what is meant by aeration? Anyone could be recollected? What is meant by aeration? Any wrong question I have asked or what? Waste treatment plants. In here, the waste can be anything. It could be solid also, it could be liquid also, it could be gas also, isn't it? They didn't say anything particularly. But majorly people are taking waste treatment plants means solid and liquid only. So how the solid treatment is taking place? Again, they are doing some burning or decomposition. And no other process could be followed, isn't it? If you want to treat any solid waste, what you can do? Either you have to burn or you have to dump into some places where the decomposition undergoes. Except these two, no other process can be followed. I am correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You people come into the conclusion from that, you derive what could be possible and the name of the method, then you write. You no need to study any class, you observe but you have to analyze and write it. Waste treatment plant, they said, waste means what? What are the forms of waste, solid and liquid? First you take up the solid, how it could be treated? It could be treated based on this, and we can say collection of waste, separation of waste, and grading of waste. In the after grading, what you can do? Either you have to do decomposition or burning. What are the burning process I taught you? Incineration I taught, gasification I taught, and combustion incineration both are same. That is one way. Another one is you people know that landfill. They are dumping in one particular place, they leave it, the decomposition is taking place. While decomposing, some gases are coming out. Those gases are called, I said methane gases, it is called natural gas. If it happens in anaerobic condition, it releases lot of methane and carbon dioxide. And it happens casually, means the same things only happen, but in the process taking place little longer time. Except that nothing is possible. Both the process releases some type of gases into the atmosphere, which accounts the concentration of accumulation of pollutant in the atmosphere. That's all. Very simply you can write. And refrigeration industries. What are the gases are being used for in refrigeration? Now you people have refrigerator in all the houses. Whether they have water plant or not secondary, but a refrigeration must be there. I am correct? Good water they are getting, drinking or not, second question, but they must have refrigerator. So what are the gases being used for refrigeration? Anything? What are the major component of refrigerator? Freon gas, isn't it? And people are using some liquid ammonia, solid carbon dioxide, but the main component is freon gases. Clear? Ammonia also used, sometimes ozone also used. All these gases, when they are, but when you are using the refrigerator, you may not feel any sort of poisonous. But when they are manufacturing and when they are changing the gas cylinder in the from the refrigerator, that time if it releases, those gases are much poisonous gases which affect all the. So these are all the man-made sources. So man-made sources, we imagine once by our own activities, what are the emittents are there, that is sector-wise categorized, and what would be possible process to emit the emissions or pollutant, just think and write accordingly. One time you go through all these subheadings, you remember that subheading, that itself enough to write the answer for this question. But till now, whatever I said right from the starting today, at least you may have one or two questions, not only from this paper, among all the 4 papers, whatever I said information will be reflected in different types of questions. Okay? No one is hearing me?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we'll go to the front. Variable gases, you come into the point. And before starting about the variable gases, as the process indicated that whatever it may be the natural sources which emits considerable quantity of air pollutant into the atmosphere, and we are considering that they are a very important or essential component for balancing the ecosystem. So none of the air pollution, natural pollutant, which are all normally accumulated to a level little higher than the normal level also, they are not dangerous to the life. However, many industrial activities are man-made process which releases the air pollution which levels exceed the accepted level and which affect the natural process, then it is being considered as a pollutant. When it is accumulated everywhere, but the accumulation in the urban area is more than the rural area, and even then the accumulation is higher level in and around the industrial area than the normal commercial area. This is about the natural information, or we can say relation of natural sources of pollutant and ecosystem. And some of the urban area, the industries are releasing some poisonous gases along with that particulate matter, and which combinedly releases to the atmosphere, which keep on increasing the atmospheric temperature. And the vehicular traffic also increases the concentration of air. But whatever it may be, the effect of pollutant when the people are considered from the industry to automobile industry, the effect of or in the contribution of automobile industry is more than the other activities. It does not mean that other activities are increasing or decreasing. Everywhere, from the industries, from the power plant, and from the automobile industry, releases are there. But when we compare the automobile industry with other sector, the quantity contribution from the transport sector or automobile industry is more. But there is a huge difference between the industrial pollution and the transport pollution. Qualitatively, difference is there, and quantitatively also difference is there. What is the reason between these two? The reason, according to the analysis of emission sources, whatever the industrial emission sources, they are called stationary sources. And whatever the emissions are from the vehicle, they are called mobile point sources, because the automobiles are in moving only. We know that is called mobile system. And from the industries, the emission is continuous. So we can estimate from this particular industry per week, per day, or per month, this much quantity of pollutant is released to the atmosphere. We can take some considerable measures to control it. But in the automobile industries, The pollution from the industries is waxes and wine that according to the peak hour traffic during the daytime and evening or night. So we cannot estimate, but even then, the overall impact of pollutant from the automobile industry is only the higher level when compared to other sectors, specifically in urban areas. If it is in urban area like that, means in other area also the similar phenomena or scenario will be happening. Is it clear? It is very, very important point. We are talking about all the industries, all the sectors. Everywhere the pollutant is coming, even from the grazing bed animals also. Whatever the bed animals you people are using, when that herbaceous digestion is happening, the carbon dioxide and methane will be evolved from those bed animals. That will be accumulated inside the house only. It will not be that much easily diluted. Animals creates lot of harmful effect on living things. Immediately, it will not be seen. Over the period of time when the age goes up, it will be impacted. That is the real situation. But when the comparison is happening between the sector to sector, even then in all the sectors are using the fossil fuels, but the main contributor to the air pollution is more from the automobile industry. Okay. So what are the different types of pollutant? We'll go with. The different types of pollutant is sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen cyanide, ammonia, lead, and phosphoryl gases, ozone, carbonyl chloride or phosphine, both are same, aldehydes, oxides, and suspended particles. How we can categorize these gases? Before analyzing, by look itself, some of the gases can be identified. But some of the gases presence can be identified, but quantification you have to analyze. Sulfur dioxide, we know that we cannot see the sulfur dioxide because it is colorless gas. And mainly these gases are produced or generated from the combustion of all fossil fuels and some of the industrial process. Fossil fuels mean coal, oil, and natural gases. And some of the industrial process also, from the industrial process, it releases. And nitrogen dioxide, it is little brownish tinge orange gases, which is specifically produced from the combustion of all fossil fuels and major industrial location and motor vehicles. I told you, oxides of nitrogen will be generated after or above 600 degrees centigrade only. Below that temperature, it won't be 40. Please keep it this point, note this point. Hydrogen sulfide. You know that hydrogen sulfide by smell itself we can easily find out because which has the smell of rotten eggs. And this gas is released from the refineries, chemical industries, and bituminous fuel, that is coal only. Carbon monoxide, wherever the burnings of fossil fuel is happening, wherever incomplete combustion happened, there the emission of carbon monoxide must be there. And you can, wherever it happens, you know that coal, oil, gasoline means what? Anyone can answer? Gasoline means what? Hello? What is meant by gasoline?
It's petroleum product.
Yes, it is petroleum. Okay. Gasoline is petroleum. This is commercial name. That is scientific name. Gasoline is scientific name. Petrol is commercial product name. And motor exhaust, we know that. Hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide. Anyone can answer what is meant by cyanide? What is the key character of cyanide? Key character of cyanide. Anyone could say? It is one of the poisonous chemical in the world. No one could find out the taste of cyanide because they have died also. They wanted to give some scientific information. While taking this cyanide, if I die also, okay, but I wanted to say the taste of the cyanide to be recorded. And many people tried also. Once they had cyanide, before telling the taste of the cyanide, they passed away. Clear? That much poison that cyanide is. But that cyanide is releasing into the atmosphere from the blast furnace for processing, fumigation, chemical manufacturing, and the metal plating process, which releases that cyanide chemicals into the atmosphere. Then how much it could be poison, you understand. Cyanide is very poisonous chemical. Till date, no one could identify the taste of the cyanide. And still, I'm saying many people try to say that taste of the cyanide, even then if you die also, okay, like that trial and error they have taken. Before telling the taste of the cyanide, they passed away. That much poisonous chemical are released into the atmosphere from the furnace industries, fumigation process, some chemical industry, metal plating industries, chemical mechanical, etc. Ammonia. When we are talking about the ammonia, what do people think? Ammonia means it could be used as a first point fertilizer plant because urea was artificial fertilizer or nitrogen based organic fertilizer is produced from ammonia only. So ammonia, wherever you open the mouth, the people will catch the point easily. Okay, fertilizer industry, and also it could be used in dye making industry and lacquers. Explosive. Ammonia is not explosive. It is pungent in smelling gas. Any one of you have smelled the ammonia? Ma'am, have you smelled ammonia at any time?
In lab during experiment, ma'am.
Yes. During experiment only, ma'am. Otherwise, where you can use it? Otherwise, it won't be available at home, na? It is highly irritating as a pungent smell gas. And it is available up to 25 to 35% only ammonia liquid form. And you wanted to get ammonia liquid form 25 to 30% and at high pressure only. Otherwise, the ammonia is in the form of gas only. That ammonia, if anywhere it releases, wherever the soft portion of our body, like nose, eyes, ears, and all, it started burning. And one good thing is, if you inhale this ammonia, if you have cold, it will be all right within a day. But one more thing is, when you are exposed to ammonia for a quite longer time, you will have a hair loss. Even I have faced this problem. When I was working in the lab, I used to use ammonia and I exposed myself to ammonia vapor. So I used to have long and thick hair. I lost my hair. That is true. So that kind of ammonia gas is released everywhere. The pungent, irritating chemical will affect the softest portion of our body. Like if it enters through our nose, means the entry point of nose is becoming red and irritating. Even sometimes lips. From the eye, the tears will come out. From the soft portion of ear and all turn into red color and it is irritating. Like that kind of issues will be. And lead, very small quantities. Actually, nowadays we are using unleaded petrol only. Earlier days, the lead emission to the atmosphere it was huge. Now, small particle, the lead is a heavy metal. What is meant by heavy metal? Anyone could say what is meant by heavy metal? You would have studied here and there the release of heavy metal, this, that, and all, isn't it? What is meant by heavy metal?
More density.
More density. Oh, it looks heavy means it is heavy. Okay. Scientifically, it could be defined as the atomic number is more than 20 and the specific of the materials are more than 5. It is called the heavy metals. The lead is heavy metal category. Very small quantity if it releases also, that is especially from the motor vehicle and the smelters. The heavy metal majorly affects the kidney. Many people are having kidney issues. Nowadays, this is very common. It is affected by the all heavy metal. In that, among them, lead plays major role. And ozone. Ozone, we know that no one can see the ozone. It is colorless gas formed from the reaction of emission from the motor vehicle, that is in the form of oxides of nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane, and the presence of sunlight. And in the presence of sunlight, water vapor, oxides of nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, methane, all must be there. That time it makes one poisonous compound in the form of gas. It is called ozone. And carbonyl chloride or phosgene, which is nothing but a kind of carbon that it is organic compound. So no need to explain much. From the chemical industry only, chemical and the dyeing industry, both the industries are responsible for the release of phosgene gas, aldehydes, any thermal decomposition of thermal decomposition, not biological decomposition, fossil fuels, which releases the aldehyde. Aldehyde means formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, propanaldehyde, butanaldehyde, benzaldehyde, all are called aldehyde. These are all released into the atmosphere by oxidation of any organic or fossil fuels. Arsines, this is also heavy metal. Process involving metal or acid containing arsenic soldering process releases arsenic chemical. This is all particles, that is ash, soot, smoke. Then we can say dust particle. All are comes under this category. Solid or liquid particles produced by the combustion process and combustion of all these fossil fuels and other process and in any major industry sources, steel industry, power plant, chemical plant, and during the incineration process, these particulate matters are released into the atmosphere. Okay, so whatever I have taught you, I would have told you everything in very single sentence, but whatever the information I have given, that's all useful for you people writing the example. Then classification of anthropogenic air pollution sources. What does it mean? They have tabled this information in little confusing manner. Source type, what are the process they are telling. Then category, whether what type of pollutant into the atmosphere. And then they are telling that important sources. Suppose if I tell you combustion could be taken place in many places. Okay. And there are two types of sources. One is stationary, another one is mobile. And what are those sources? What are the pollutant will be coming out? The table, they made it in different way. And everything I would have explained here and there, nothing new must be there. You people just to go through it. If you can't understand any confusion is there, when you are coming into the next class, you please ask me, I will explain. Because again and again, I don't want to explain the same thing repeatedly. Almost everything I would have told. Something you feel new, you please come and ask me, I'll explain. Okay. Now you know what are the pollutant, what are the appearance of pollutant, from where the different pollutants are coming out, or sources of pollutant, you know them. Suppose now I tell you the ammonia. Ammonia, from where it is generated, you could say. Isn't it? Ammonia means it is pungent irritant gas. It is released majorly from the fertilizer industry and also explosive. Why it is being explosive? Ammonia could be used for making explosive. Have you heard at any time? Ammonia form of explosive, which is very common explosive. What could be the marketable product? Did you know? Ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate, of course, because of its explosive nature, that could not be used. And the local made small bomb people are telling now, village people here and there, they are making some small explosives. Those explosives are in the form of ammonium nitrate. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, no one is there in the class except you. People are there or not, ma'am?
People are there, ma'am.
Oh, they have joined and left. Very great. Others also can respond, no? Who are all there in the class? Hello? Okay. Now, what are the physiochemical characteristics of this pollutant? Physiochemical characteristics means what? Physical and chemical characteristics related to the particular pollutant is called physiochemical characteristics of pollutant. First one is particulate pollutant. What is meant by particulate pollutant? Now you can answer by your own, any one of you. Particulate matter, because if you buy AC, they will say, they will talk about particulate matter. If you buy water filter, they will talk about. If you buy water, so what is the cooler, they will talk. Anything you say, you buy, they will, this is the filter, that is the filter, this filter it of all this particle, that particle, all sort of stories they will say. So what is that? What does it mean of that particulate matter? Particulate matter means what? It is actually, when you are talking about the air pollution, it must be airborne only, no? So they have given the term in your book, airborne, small, solid and liquid particles are called. And these particulates, and extremely, these particles are responsible for the pollution of entire environment. Because this particulate matter, sometimes we could see, sometimes we could not see also. Very fine particle, very small particle that we can't even concentration is more. These particles simply flying on the environment doesn't matter. But the thing is, what will happen? Some of the particles are very highly chemically active, and some of the particulates are inert in nature. Whatever the particles are inert in nature, they are not responsible for any morphological or climatic change in atmosphere. But some of the particles, particulate matter, they are highly active. Those chemicals are reacting with some other atmospheric components, that is the essential component, or which react with the other pollutant, which makes n number of compounds that we can't even imagine, which is undergoes like a chain reaction, which produce or oxidize many more compounds that we can't even expect. Like that many products we do, because chain reaction means you people can understand how many reactions which undergo. But when they're present in very little quantity in the atmosphere, it won't make much sense. But when they are in excess in air, which create a very serious threat in the entire world. The thing is, the problem of this particulate matter is, it could be traveled from one place to another place, and their shelf life is varied from this few seconds to several months. During that time, it could be transported to many places, which is the settlement of this particle is mainly depending upon the density and the turbulence. If it is keep on stirring, or the density is very less, it will be retained in the air itself. Then it transports from one place to another place according to the movement of wind. The thing is, when that material is different size, actually, they have reported that 100 millimeter down to 0.1 mm size, or even then less than 0.1 mm also. When this particle, according to the settling rate and density, it will be accumulated in particular place. That concentration is specifically depends upon the location and also time of the day. Because during the morning time and evening time, it will be settled down very fast. The turbulence will be less. And during the day, very bright mean which undergoes photochemical reaction, the one compound will be converted into another compound. There is a possibility of making n number of unsaturated compound, very few saturated compound. The saturated compound will not be react again, but unsaturated compound which undergoes continuous chain reaction, then which will be going on many things. Again, any severe rain or any, what we can say that storm is coming, or these gases will not be moving from that particular place to anywhere, then which behaves like a very important catalytic center, like a smoke or dust, which create very big problem. Dust also has almost the same impact. We'll see the next one. This particulate matter, I have told you the overall information about the particulate matter. It could be solid or liquid, and which has the shelf life of few seconds to few months. So it could be transported from one place to another place. The size of the particle is varied from 100 to 0.1 mm or even less than that also. Some of the particulates are inert in nature, some of them are very active chemically. These active chemicals are react with some other environmental constituents or with some other pollutant, which makes a number of compound photochemically, and it produces both saturated and unsaturated compounds. Unsaturated compounds undergoes chain reaction, and the endless reaction takes place until otherwise big changes is coming in that area, like a storm or rain, it will not be removed from the atmosphere. So due to that, it creates and it makes very big morphological changes in that particular area. That is the effect of particulate matter. As I told you, the size of the particle is varied from 100 to 0.1 mm. Again, this particulate matter is being classified into several types based on the type and based on the size. They are dust, smoke, fumes, mist, and fog. And the last one is aerosol. These are all the categories of particulates. We'll see one by one. All are quite interesting. We'll see. Dust particles. Have you seen the dust particle? Any one of you? Have you seen the dust particles?
Yes, ma'am.
Where you have seen how it looks?
When huge wind will go, then dust particles will move from one place to other place.
That is from sand. Okay, that is correct. So movement of dust particle you have observed when the wind moves. Very good. Anyway, that is correct only, ma'am. Very good. How it is formed? That when the wind moves, already the existing dust particle is moving from one place to another place. So you could observe there is a movement of dust particle or there is availability of dust. How this dust particle forms?
Sometimes by burning unwanted materials. From soil, erosion
Okay.
of the soil.
Yeah, from the burning of material, particulates are coming out. That is correct. I agree. Okay. Those particulates are not coming under the category of dust. They are coming under the category of smoke. Okay. Now, that's what you have to categorize. We are thinking the second type of your answer is correct. From the soil, it is correct. Okay. So listen me very carefully. Dust particles of size 1 to 200 millimeter belong to the category of dust. How it is formed means this is formed by natural disintegration of rocks and soil. That is the main source. When we are walking on the road, many vehicles are going, whatever the sand particles are there, that is keep on disintegrate. That size goes on decrease. When it becomes the size of 1 to 200 milligram size, it comes under the category of dust. So that doesn't mean that everyone is taking and looking and measuring the size. But scientifically, people want to do some studies, they have done like this. But the major source of formation of dust particle is the disintegration of soil and rock. Along with that, some other processes are also involved. Mechanical processing like grinding, spraying, very huge level people are doing. What is that grinding and spraying, mechanical process? Whatever the stones we are having, like grinder, pulverizer, everywhere the people are using some type for grinding, isn't it? And earlier days, people used to have this roller type handy type rollers. Those rollers and all made up of stone only. Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Those things, how they are making, they are doing by some mechanical process in the rock, and they are doing some drilling, and they are getting, and they are making some shape. Or during all this process, which emits some sort of dust into the atmosphere. But the major process is disintegration of soil and rocks by natural activity, along with some mechanical processing like drilling and spraying. They are also responsible for this release of dust particles. And one more thing, very important thing is, they are removed from the air by natural gravity and some natural inertial process by large settling velocities. Like that is being used for the industrial operation. For example, the people are using coal for power generation. How they can use it, grind it, and all the process they will do. It is large scale process. When they are doing, huge quantity of dust will be released. Even in cement making industry also. Cement making industry, one of the successful and failure technology. You know that both the name will come on this particular plant. Successful means the demand of cement is going up like anything every day. So this industry is alive. At the same time, it is killing the environment in another direction by releasing of a huge quantity of dust particle into the atmosphere. So when such industry, if you are not removing the dust in a proper way, over the period after a particular radius, the area will be ecologically damaged. So in some industry, people are using this kind of some mechanical operation, the gravity and other inertial process to follow to settle down this dust particle, and they are removing from the atmosphere to some extent, not 100% control, but some level 60 to 70% of the dust particle or 80% they are reducing or settling by following this kind of inertia settling process and gravity process. But another important thing is, these dust particles are highly active chemical. Active chemical behave like a catalytic center. When a catalytic center in the atmosphere means, from there only many chemical reaction taking place in the atmosphere. What is meant by catalysis? Any one of you can define the meaning of catalysis? Catalyst. I think meeting is going to be well. So I won't open the new topic. I will talk about this dust only, then we'll stop here. Then at 3:50. Yeah.
During reaction, it will act as a major component.
Will it involved in the reaction?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
After this only reaction it will take place.
No, ma'am. Actually, catalysis is a compound which will be useful for enhancing and promoting the reaction. It will not be taken place in the reaction. It cannot be the reactant or it cannot be the product, but it involving with the reactant and product to undergo the process very fast.
Yes, yes.
But okay, you got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Which initiate the process, which promote the process. So it involves the process with the reactant product, but it won't be consumed in the process. So which behaves, this dust particle also behaves like a catalytic center at catalysis in the atmosphere. At that point, many chemical reactions are taking place and undergoing. It is very dangerous, na? Already in atmosphere, if enough sunlight is there, whatever the chemicals are released or pollutant are released from the different sources, because of sunlight, many photochemical reactions are taking place. Those are all highly harmful chemical, and that undergoes chain reaction. The chain reaction could not be stopped also, isn't it? Along with them, this kind of catalysis there means which promote the reaction like anything, and also it initiates along with the initiation, which promoting in a positive direction very fast. Then how fast the reaction would be going? We ourselves cannot imagine it, isn't it? So the dust may look like a small, the dust may may not be controlled at the small scale level, but which behaves very dangerous. We can say man-made dust particle and natural dust particle. Natural dust particle is everywhere available by natural disintegration from the soil and rock, but man-made dust from different industries is huge. Almost from all sort of industries which releases dust particle. When they are entering into the skin of the human being, which also has similar effect of similar kind of effect with carbon monoxide. So from the dust particle, what are the chemicals, elements will be there, heavy metals are there. We cannot. Those are very tiny particle, and we as we have seen that it is 1 to 200 millimeter size mean this very fine particle we could not see. Sometimes if it enter into the eyes, we have eye irritation, isn't it? Eye irritation we are facing now if dust particle enters.
Yes,
If smoke enters means it gives out tear, water will come out from the eyes. If dust particle enters means it irritates and also it burns. There is a different type of impacts on the eyes. Even the dust particle enters through nose also, how we are facing, what kind of problem we are facing. We are sneezing, isn't it? Dust particle enter through nose, what will happen? Dust particle enter through our throat, what will happen? How we are feeling? What kind of impact we are facing immediately? No.
yes.
We are facing a sneezing problem if we enter through nose means. We enter through throat means we used to give dry cough, na? Yes or no? Yeah. These are all the impact. That is small indication. When it undergoes quite a long time, then it leads to the bronchitis and asthma. Clear? And many more things are there. We will discuss in the next class. Because I thought of open the next topic, but the meeting may be over. Then again, we have to start from there. So from the next class, we'll start that smoke. Now we have smoke. We not yet start, na? Only dust particle we are talking. What is particulate? I said important. Okay. So any doubt till now people have, you can ask me. If any controversy is there also, there's time to clarify. No doubt, my students are very good. My meeting is over.
Time is up, ma'am.
Time is, no, meeting is over. I cannot because I couldn't find out what is going on here. Even yeah, time is there. So okay, we'll start then. Possible will again I will come. The next type of particulate is smoke. The particles of size 0.1 to 1 meter size comes under the category of smoke.
Will
But
we take class at 3:30 or 3:15? Time is like that.
I'm not getting mad.
Next class is at 3:15 like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. At 3:15, ma'am. Now it is. Yeah, we have started 11:45, isn't it? 11:45, 12:45. Now the class will be over, na?
No, already time up, ma'am.
It is showing.
It is not showing anything but time up. Whatever ma'am has sent the list. It is
Okay.
till 1:32 only.
Okay. Sir, okay, ma'am. Then we'll stop here now. We'll start
Okay.
at 3:15 again. Okay, thank you. Mm.